Hello there. Our lesson today, 2.6, is about scientific notation. Scientific notation is a method that is especially useful for writing very large or small numbers. For example, if we have a number like this number is so large, so it is difficult to us to deal with it in formulas or equations. So we need to compress it and rewrite it in another method. And this method is the scientific notation. The scientific notation wants us to write a number only composed of one digit to the left of the decimal, and this digit must be a number between 1 and 9. And the other digits are to the right of this decimal. And then it is multiplied by 10 to a positive or negative power. It depends on the number we are converting or changing it from the usual writing to the scientific notation writing. For example, let us see our number here. This number is 532 millions. If we want to write it in the scientific notation, first locate your decimal. Always our decimal is to the right of any whole number. Regarding to the scientific notation way of writing numbers, we should take this decimal and move it to be position here. And our number will be written like this: 5 to the left of the decimal and 32 to the right of the decimal. We have nothing here. We won't write the zeros. And then count how many digits did you move your decimal point. We came from the right, so we will put a positive sign, and we moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movements. So we will write the power to be 8. So our scientific notation for this number is 5 and 32 hundredths multiplied by 10 to the power 8. What if we have a small number, a very small number, such as this number here? To write it in scientific notation, we need to move our decimal from this place to be here. So directly we will write our numbers without the zeros, and the decimal must be here. Then multiply this by 10 to the power of the number of movements you moved the decimal. But because we came from the left, we will put a minus here, and then we will count how many movements did we move this decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movements. So it is 10 to the power negative 7. This is the way to write any number in scientific notation. Let us take some examples on this. Example 1. Write in scientific notation 226. To write this number in scientific notation, we will write it again. Our decimal was here, so we will move it to be here, and then we will multiply by 10 to the power 2, because we moved 2 digits and we came from the right, so it will be positive 2. Example 2, 52,800. We will write the number again, but without the zeros. Our decimal was here. This comma is not a decimal. Be careful with that. So we will multiply. Our decimal will come with 4 movements to be here, and these 4 movements are 10 to the power 4. Example 3, write this number in scientific notation. We will write the numbers without zeros. Locate your decimal. It will move to be here. We moved it 1, 2, 3 digits to the right. So this will be multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3, since we came from the left. Example 4, 2 and 1500th. We want to write it as a scientific notation. We can see that the decimal already in the correct place as a scientific notation. So we don't need to move this decimal anywhere because of that. So it will be multiplied by 10 to the power 0, because we have 0 movements. This is the way we write numbers in scientific notation. Now let us see how can we write a number written in scientific notation in a decimal notation. Suppose that we have this number which is written in scientific notation. Write it as a decimal. Well, to write a number as a decimal, your answer, put the number without a decimal first. Look to the power of 10 you have. It is 10 to the power 4, positive 4. So because it is positive 4, you will move your decimal to the right side. How many digits? 4 digits. So it will move from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 2 zeros more, and then I'll put my decimal here. So my answer is going to be 34,500. Suppose that we have 1 and 4700th multiplied by 10 to the power negative 6, and we want to write it as a decimal. We will do the same thing. We will write our number without a decimal. Then we will move this decimal point to the left, since we have a negative power for the 10. So starting from here, we have 6 digits to the left. We will move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the missing digits, we will put zeros instead of them. And this is the place of our decimal here. So the final answer is going to be 5 zeros, 1, 4, 7. Let us take now some examples. Write as a decimal. Example 1, 2 and 6700th times 10 to the power 2. We want to write it as a decimal. So 2, 6, 7. We will move 2 movements from here. 1, 2. So my decimal will be here. So the final answer is going to be 267. Example 2. 8 and 7600 times 10 to the power 4. We will write the same number without decimals, and then we will move our decimal 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will put zeros for the missing digits, and this will give me the final answer, which is 87,600. Example 3. 5 and 1300 times 10 to the power negative 4. We will write the number without a decimal. Then we will move our decimal from its original place 4 digits to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we will put zeros, and then we will put our decimal. The final answer is going to be this number. By this, we reach the end of our lesson. Thank you.